Thank you for joining us today. I am Erica Thomas, and I am the Communications Chair for the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus. We are here today to ask all members of the Georgia House and Senate to join the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus in opposing House Resolution 644. H.R. 644 seeks to put a Confederate Memorial Day back into the state calendar and to recognize April as Confederate History Month. This resolution only takes us backwards. As you may remember, back in 2015, Governor Deal removed Confederate Memorial Day from the state calendar, an effort where Democrats and Republicans came together to make a statement to our country and to the world that Georgia is a progressive state and that Georgia rejects any effort by a small group to honor racism, bigotry, and the history of slavery in Georgia. That is one of the number of efforts why we are opposing H.R. 644. And I also want to recognize and add to remember to our memory that last session they tried to do this same type of bill. But the author of that bill had a statement that said that the KKK was here to put people in order and to put people in line. And we will not stand for remarks like that, and we will not stand for Confederate History Month in the state of Georgia. Now I want to introduce our Vice Chair of the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus, Sandra Dee Scott.
Good morning. Thank you, Representative Thomas. The Georgia Legislative Black Caucus and the vast majority of the citizens in Georgia understand and respect that more than 620,000 American citizens died in the Civil War. And we know that almost 100,000 Georgians fought and died and were injured in that horrible war, including many people of color. We will always honor the veterans of all wars, as well as those in military service today. Through the holidays of Veterans Day and Memorial Day, and throughout the year. But the military service of our ancestors is not, I said again, is not what H.R. 644 is about. This resolution is about hatred and racism. It is about glorifying a culture that found slavery acceptable. The Georgia Legislative Black Caucus joins with other organizations who are speaking up and urge all Georgia legislators to oppose House Resolution 644 if it comes to the floor. I would now like to introduce Senator Lester Jackson from Savannah, the chair of the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus.
Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be here today. I'm very happy to acknowledge that the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus stand united to keep hate out of Georgia. I applaud the efforts of Governor Deal, who worked hard to keep hate out of this state. I applaud the work of our Lieutenant Governor, Casey Cagle, to keep hate out of Georgia. Businesses in Georgia, local and state government, don't need to be talking about hate. What we need to be talking about is inclusion. We need to be talking about educating our children. We need to be talking about a strong workforce. We need to be talking about reducing crimes on our streets. But right now, there's a resolution that talks about hate and exclusion. We're the caucus of righteousness, and we're right on this issue. But we need to be about a state of a new direction, a new purpose, remembering our past, but not putting efforts on hate. Let's move Georgia forward. This Black Caucus is about the progression of our state, but it's also about inclusion. This is a matter that Democrats are united with, Republicans, progressives, business leaders, local and state government, that we're about moving forward for our great state, moving forward for our children, moving forward to continue to make us the best business state in this country, and hate does not have a place in it. This resolution, Resolution 644, is about hate, it's about exclusion, and it's about a symbol of a past that talks about disenfranchisement of a people. So we stand united to voice our opinion, to vote no on HR 644, and vote yes on taking Georgia in a new direction. Now, we will take questions from the audience. Are there any questions at all? Yes, ma'am.
No, that was you saying yes. She was saying yes.
I would like to recognize that this is not just a Black Caucus issue. The NAACP here stands with us united to talk about exclusion and has also put a statement about race and 644 and their opposition against. I'm sure that we have members of our caucus that was members of Rainbow Push Coalition, and we have members of our caucus with Rainbow Push Coalition that stands against this issue of hate and exclusion. Yes, ma'am.
What can we do as citizens to help push this bill away from the table?
We'll like for you to continue the efforts that you've been doing, writing your legislators, writing the governor's office, writing the speaker's office, writing the lieutenant governor's office, talking about the disenfranchisement, talking about it will it will encourage businesses to move away. And I don't have to talk about what went on in Arizona, what went on in North Carolina, because when people talk about hate and exclusion in the state, businesses tend to go to other places. And this is not the place. Georgia is not the place for that. We're about acceptance. We're a culture of many. We are a diverse culture, and we're an accepting culture in our great state. And we need to move that message forward. And that message should be encouraged by legislators. So contact your local legislator. Contact the governor's office. Contact the lieutenant governor's and speaker's office. But also contact business leaders too, because they need to understand that if we're going to continue to be the greatest state in our nation, we need to be talking about love. If there are no other questions, no other comments, on behalf of the Georgia Legislative Black Caucus, we thank you for coming in for this press conference, and let's move Georgia forward. Thank you.